And we are back to Yggdrasil the World Tree. We got 60-second turn timer, expert AI, progressive cards, balance splits dice, no alliances, no fog, and no portals. But we do have blizzards. We're the white player in the third position, taking on the red player. Savage Bravo in the fifth and final. Good luck, buddy. Okay, he's got a lot of troops right here. We've got most of our troops right here, and this is going to be a nasty one guard off of that 4 position. So this is actually a really good spawn for us. And then I have a good petition for that bonus as well. He doesn't get rolled. This looks like a stacker, so he will need to reroute that. Maybe he reroutes it into me. That would actually be pretty crazy. I'm going to take it. But then what he can do is bombard through the 4 into me. So do I put it all here blocking his 5? Or do I leave the 4 as a small block and then a bigger block after? I kind of like the double. I kind of like the double play there. Oh, we get God dice. Maybe it's better just to have it out in the open then. Maybe it's better to force him to go through a 9. That might be more intimidating. Ooh, pink puts in there. That could potentially roll the 4. You don't typically see 5v4 or 5v5, but the bots are reckless these days. Okay. Thankfully it overrides, gets good dice, and then pink comes down. So pink wants the middle where we are. I can try to greed, but I don't really want to hit a bot 3. Let's see what red's got cooking first. This is definitely going to be an issue. He does. He blitzes through the 9 and then bots out. And we'll hit him with the... Yeah. I respect it. I think maybe get a slow roll in there. Let's see here. 10v9. 10v9. See if I can pull up on the side what a 10v9 is for those at home. What would I think a 10v9? I mean, that should be more than a 50, actually. 10v9 is probably, I'm going to say 63%. It could be less, it could be more. World Dom, if he has a 10 and I have a 9, you're working with a 60, or I guess a 59% chance of winning. So in retrospect, I think you do take the coin flip. You do take the 50-50 because if you slow roll and then it drops below that, that's going to suck. That's going to suck really bad. Of course, if you slow roll and then you bring it up to a 75%, then it's really nice. It's really tough. Obviously, if he wins that, he's feeling like a stud muffin, but if he loses, he's like, well, all right, that's just the way it goes. So it really was a coin flip at the end of the day, and I respect him going for it, because if he breaks me, I'm not in this advantageous position, and on top of that, he had the blue stacker. So this is going to be an incredibly quick win to get us back to Grandmaster for the season, as we lost it right out the gate. And blue bot is cooking. So we're just going to chill. We might do a double header if we end this quickly. Or we might just do some breakdown on the side here. I could take this, but honestly, I think I slip in and take this from blue, so blue isn't as scary. And then maybe work on something else. And I think this diagonal does connect. Very nice. Very nice. The blue is stuck that way. Nice. Now he can go back into red. That might bleed into me, but... My 5 is stuck over there. Not blocking. Oh, this would block both, yeah. I might lose one of them. I might lose one of them. Let's see here. Well, what I'm listening to today, I guess we could just do that, is a band I found way long ago on Spotify. It's called Moose Blood. Very interesting artist name. Now, I don't think they make music anymore, but let me pull them up here. Mainly, they have 2 albums. They've got, so actually they have 3, but one is a Nope, that is not a shorter one. That is from, so they have I'll Keep You in Mind from Time to Time from 2014. That one's really good. But the two that I typically go back to over and over is Blush from 2016. It's the Pink album. And then 2018, I Don't Think I Can Do This Anymore. And I think, honestly, all three of them are pretty maxed out. But the newer two, I don't know. I think they just have more, I was going to say replay value. They just have more revisiting factors to them. They just got the lyrics hit a little bit harder. Maybe the music goes a little bit better with the theme, but just really good band. And Bluebot comes in. We did get broken by Pink while I was monologuing. You monster. Yellow is just about dead. And Bluebot has chosen me as their next victim. So if I roll this, I really want to retake. I think we're going to display dominance to blue. I can't let a stacker bot do what he does best. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to hopefully win this. Yes, let's go. Now that gives us the rainbow connection, and I think Pink will unlock us. So very cool. And then as far as the anime, I'm actually watching two, but let's talk about the summer. This one is brand new this year on Netflix. It's either the summer Hikaru died or the summer that Hikaru died. And it is classified as horror, but instead of being more of like a horror anime, it's more creepy and unsettling, and I would say suspenseful. The main gist is our main character's best friend Hikaru goes up the mountain. They're kind of living in a remote village, and he goes up the mountain and he dies. And he's gone for a month, and he comes back, and everyone's like worried about him and thought something bad happened, but he comes back and nothing seems wrong. But after a few months or so, the main character realizes that that's not Hikaru. It looks like him, it sounds like him, but it's not actually his best friend. And it has such a good scene in the first episode where they're just sitting there outside of a store, and he turns to him and he's like, so you're not the real Hikaru, are you? And all of a sudden, this entity or this creepy spirit or ghost, whatever you want to call it, burst out of Hikaru's body and is like, I'm basically going to have to kill you if you tell anybody. He straight said, I thought I copied your best friend perfectly. I can't believe you figured me out so quick. And from that point, let's take my turn here real quick. Good. I'm just going to override Pink. I like this. And we're going to... Blue's just going to roll me, isn't he? So we'll go back to... Well, this right here is really good because it blocks both, but Pink might set and slam. I'll risk it. But from that point, Hikaru is now found out. So Hikaru did in fact die. The best friend is dead. Somewhere up on the mountain. And then this evil spirit has basically taken over his body, but has found a liking to Hikaru's best friend. So I can't even remember Hikaru's best friend off the top of my head. But the best friend now has a dilemma of, this isn't my best friend. This isn't Hikaru, but I miss him so much. On top of that, he's the only one that knows Hikaru is actually dead. Everyone else in the class, all of the family members, think that that is still Hikaru, since the entity does such a good job of replicating Hikaru's movements and being. So it's just very unsettling, and it comes down to, if you lost your best friend, what would you do? If an entity takes over your best friend's body, and you're the only one that knows that your best friend died, and now you actually get to spend time with quote-unquote your best friend, even though you know it's not him, would you still do it? How would you feel? Would you freak out? Would you need to tell somebody? And then you find out that if you tell somebody, you're going to die. What do you do with that? And I think that just puts our main character in such an interesting position, because he does end up trying his best to go, I know this isn't him, but I missed my best friend, so I'm going to try to make this work. But what you see is the more time he spends with the fake Hikaru, the more he thinks about his best friend, and it's crushing him, as it should. And I think the emotional impact is just fantastic. So I finished the first season, and I would highly recommend it. It does have some really creepy stuff, but like there's no fan disservice. It's got a cool mystery to it. And I think I can kill red. And the animation soundtrack is fantastic. So I was actually pleasantly surprised with it. One of my close friends recommended it off the cuff, and man, it's doing wonders. And the cliffhanger ending of season 1 really will bleed into an already announced season 2. So let's do that. I think we can just mop the floor here. I'm gonna believe in the dice. And what we can do is, just in case the dice fail us, we'll put a stack here. And the dice did not fail us. So now we are golden. Want pink. We do lose 2 there. And then we just go ahead and take the bonus while we're down there. Pink goes down. Very good, very good. Blue, yellow. Yeah, blue's dead. Good night. Oh, this was easy. This was such an easy one. Get wrecked. After having several games that didn't go our way, I will take a nice little cakewalk here. Hit him with it. Rise up. Rise up. Oh, man. Very quick. Very action-packed. It all comes down to the 50-50. I gotta respect Mr. Savage. Bravo for going for it. But thank you for my Grandmaster, good sir. Thank you for the time to break down good music and anime. Mr. Red was a novice, as always. Thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you on the flip. Peace.